What a game, folks. 65-64. The Fayetteville State Broncos.
Hands up, stick up.
Definitely. Lions have upset the number 3 seed.
Absolutely.
Trojans of Virginia State. Lincoln moves on, KB, to take on Fayetteville State.
We've seen this before. We saw how that first contest went when they went against Fayetteville State. The way that they're playing right now, I don't think they'll let it happen twice.
Round 2. HBCU Sports. Anytime, any place, any play. Mobile Media Radio broadcast here on the KRSB Network.
And good evening. Welcome to the semifinal CIAA tournament. We are on for tip-off. Lincoln has the ball to begin things. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, the little lady lion is in the house. Layla Newborn and Uncle Rel will be joining us. Lincoln has on the far side in their blue uniforms. Corey Williams shot up. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Garita. Goes up in traffic, and he'll draw a foul. We apologize, folks, because it was Orlando that destroyed this broadcast. But good evening, Ma. How are you?
I am just fine. So excited to be back here in the CFS building watching this semifinal game. The Lincoln Lions of Oxford, Pennsylvania going up against the Fayetteville Broncos. What a treat to be down here today. You know, we predicted this was going to happen, that this Lions team was going to go deep into the tournament.
Ethan Garita at the line. First shot's no good. That was a foul call on Tyler Foster. Starting lineups for the Lions: Peter Sorber, Corey Williams, Ethan Garita, Bakir Cleveland, and Reggie Hudson. Fayetteville State's in their white uniforms. Broncos written across the chest. Lincoln will come out in the full court, man-to-man, leading 1-0. For the Broncos, this is Marcus Elliott bringing it up. Cres Worthy, we'll talk about him a lot. Little motion offense around the left perimeter. Here's Elliott, drops it off to Worthy. Worthy being hounded by Reggie Hudson. On the near side, Elliott throws a bounce pass into Bakum. Bakum fires it over to number 13, Tyler Foster. Foster skips it corner. Elliott, three-pointers up. No good. Battle for the loose ball is pulled down by Bakum. Bakum misses the shot. Peter Sorber clears it for Lincoln.
And there's a couple of things that we need to talk about right off the bat. Oh, these two teams have seen one another before. And you mentioned Cres Worthy just a moment ago. He was clamped down by Reggie Hudson when they played in the beginning of the year.
Bakum misses the shot, grabs the rebound off of the Reggie Hudson, actually Bakir Cleveland shot. This is Elliott for Fayetteville State. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird here at the semifinals, number 6 versus number 2. Let's see if Lincoln can pull off the upset. Elliott being hounded by Corey Williams on that side, throws it to Bakum. He turns and faces on Peter Sorber, drives in the lane, goes up. Sorber gets the block. Loose ball's pulled down by Corey Williams. Here comes the Lions out on the break. Hudson with the rock, kicks it back out. Bakir Cleveland thought about the three, steps in, drops it off to Sorber, and Peter puts in the first basket of the game for Lincoln.
That's
3-0.
right. And Peter Sorber was not in the January game in the beginning of the year and immediately making his presence felt.
So 3-0 Lincoln. Moving left to right on your dial is Fayetteville State. They try to throw it inside and they turn it away. Ball will be Lincoln. Again, Lincoln in their road blue uniforms. Lincoln across the front. Fayetteville State in their home white uniforms.
Peter Sorber coming out with lots of energy. We don't normally see him dive on the floor for those loose balls.
Lincoln has the ball, leading 3-0. Reggie Hudson being hounded by Elliott. Right to left on your dial on the left side of the court. Half court 2-3 zone. Garita shot from the baseline, no good. It's rebounded by Fayetteville State. This is Cres Worthy, guarded by Bakir Cleveland on that left side above the perimeter. Bakum comes out for the high screen. Sorber flashes. Lincoln half court man to man. Elliott now has the rock. He's trapped in the corner, skips it out on the far side. This is Caleb Coleman. Coleman had it stolen away from him. Second turnover on Fayetteville State. Lincoln looking to push. Corey Williams slows things down, man.
Yeah. And that defense, we talk about how Lincoln makes their bread and butter on defense.
Lincoln does. Here's Hudson. In the Sorber, Peter, nice find for Garita. Garita pumps fake, goes up with the layup on the right side. Lincoln on top, 5-0. Coach Armstrong with the one-hand fist pump.
Yeah, absolutely flawless ball movement by the Lions.
See, even the cheerleaders are late, so I wasn't the only one late. So Fayetteville has the ball, trailing 5-0. Cres Worthy, guarded by Reggie Hudson. Now he drops it into Coleman on the near side. Elliott, jump shot from the right perimeter, left short, and Peter Sorber grabs his second rebound for the Lions. Lincoln moving right to left on your dial. Reggie Hudson there. Elliott waits for him just above the timeline. Half-court man-to-man being applied by the Broncos. On the far side, this is Corey Williams working on Cres Worthy, and Worthy will pick up his second foul. His first foul, excuse me.
And two top senior guards in the CIAA, and Cres Worthy and Corey Williams. And we've talked about it yesterday, how both of them are on the HBCU All-Star watch list.
Lincoln will inbound the ball underneath their basket, leading 5-0, 16-10 here in the first half. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rel, and the baby lion, Layla Newborn. We'll give her some airtime. Bounce pass there. Here's Sorber telling everybody clear out. He's trying to back down Bakun. Peter working in the lane. His shot's up. Left it short. And Sky in for the rebound is Tyler Foster. We remember him too well from that first game.
Yeah.
Broncos beat the Lions with a buzzer beater. Cres Worthy gets by Corey Williams in the lane. Corey stole it from him. Now Cres dives to the ground. Battle kicks it out. This is Coleman. Shot was blocked. Underneath is Tyler. Actually, Coleman. He gets fouled. It was Foster who had his shot blocked underneath the basket. I don't have my glasses on like KB, so definitely giving a shout out to Vision Works. But timeout on the floor, and we welcome you, HBCU Madness Challenge here on the KRSB Network. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Winner of this contest will go on to play the Winston-Salem State Rams.
Yes. Now, we were looking at this game on the way down, and at halftime, Winston-Salem had a total of 16 points. So imagine our surprise when we actually up and won the game on a buzzer beater. So, you know, this is part of the end of the season madness that happens. You know, we'll see a lot of it next month when we play, when we go down to the MEAC. But upsets happen, you know, both on the women's and the men's side. Johnson C. Smith upset the number one seed, Fayetteville State, earlier in the week. You know, so we have to expect upsets in tournaments like this. Everybody comes with their best during this time.
Do come with their best, KB. As I'm here, Uncle Rel is joining us. 15:36 in the first half. Lincoln leading 5-0, Uncle Rel, as we welcome you to this broadcast. We have another lion, the food lion. So
good to be here. Hey, everybody.
So Lincoln has forced 2 turnovers on Fayetteville State in the first half. Uncle Rel has an early advantage.
It is a choppy start to the game. I know we're trying to work out some of the kinks electronically. So good to be with you all as we get started. But yes, it's great to see action underway. Right now, it's going to be about the game plan. Who can get the half-court offense set up? Let's go. I'm ready to hear Keano. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Uncle Rel. So at the foul line for Fayetteville State will be number 45, Caleb Coleman. He has 2 shots. That foul was on Peter Sorber, his first. So for the Broncos on the floor, they have Bakun, Foster, Elliott, Worthy, Coleman at the line. Coleman to shoot 2. For Fayetteville State, first shot's up, and it's in and out.
I know we talked about these teams are nervous to see these Lions. I mean, Fayetteville State, they had their battle. Virginia State last night didn't look confident that they could beat the Lions for a second time in a row. This is a very dangerous team, and you never know which player's night it's going to be. And so far, all tournament, it's been Bakir Cleveland.
And speaking of the aforementioned Bakir Cleveland, he's on the far side. Waiting for him is number 13, Tyler Foster. Cleveland shot rattles around. Little Globetrotter spin to it in the basket. 7-0. Cleveland gets on the board for the Lions. Reggie Hudson, his favorite player, Cres Worthy. We'll talk more about how he shut him down game one back on January 2nd. Can you believe it, KB? January 2nd. Here's Cres Worthy. His jump shot's no good, but it's fouled home with a two-hand flush by Tyler Foster.
We got to keep our eye on Tyler Foster. He was their game high in points when they played on January 5th at Manny, giving the Lions 21.
Hudson, three-pointer on the far side, misses everything. Loose ball pulled down by Coleman. Coleman gets it over to Cres Worthy. Worthy brings it up on the left side, crosses the timeline. Half-court man-to-man being applied by the Lions. They're on top 7-3. Worthy's pass was deflected. His nice find underneath. Number 45, Coleman, he puts it in. 7-5's the score. So here comes the run by Fayetteville State after the early Lion lead.
Fayetteville settling into their offense, utilizing their big man, looking for that post.
Got a foul away from the play. Can't see who that was called on. That fouls on Tyler Foster away from the play. Into the game for the Broncos. We got Tony Hauser, and we're going to see who else. Number 5, and that's Miley Myers in the game for Fayetteville. There's another foul as Khalil Ridges smacks Corby in the face on the far side baseline. So I don't know what mic the crowd mic is picking up, whether it's the Lincoln cheerleaders here or the Fayetteville State Broncos cheerleaders on the other side.
Right.
Corey Williams comes in, catches, shoots, his shots up and no good. Fayetteville State coming the opposite direction. Cres Worthy dribbling off the screen, inside, throws the shot up off the glass, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Bakir Cleveland. Quickly ahead to Reggie Hudson. Hudson stutter steps, pulls up outside, 15 feet, shot in, out, and is rebounded by Tony Hauser.
Wow, this ball just keeps circling around both rims.
Cres Worthy on the right side. Lions on top, 7-5, 13-29, live from the CFG Bank Arena here. CIAA Semi-Finals. There's a bounce pass in. They go inside. Hauser, left-handed hook is up and good.
Yeah.
And we're tied at 7 with 13-14 here in the first half.
Hauser looking to play a little big boy basketball, recognizing he has a height advantage over Ethan Garita.
Corey Williams, top of the line. And Miguel Lloyd said they have us calling the game from the baseline. Yes, Miguel, they do have us calling the game from the baseline. Three-pointer up by Bakir Cleveland, no good. Loose ball save. Saved by Peter Sorber to the Broncos. Three-pointer up left side is up and good. Three-pointer by Daryl Myers. And the Broncos have a 10-7 lead.
And this is what happens. Teams weather little, storms and settle down and get right back into their offense. And this is what we're seeing with the Broncos.
Fayetteville State, the defending CIAA tournament champions. Corey Williams in traffic, shot up, no good. And they're going to have a foul call. Is it a foul call or is it a charge?
Offensive foul. Yeah, offensive foul.
And Peter Sorber picks up his second. So Peter is going to be replaced. Janai Sane Coates is into the contest, and I have to make sure we pronounce his name correctly because we have the little spell checker with us today. So Fayetteville State was down 7-2. They've outscored the Broncos here. They've outscored the Lions in the last minute and a half as a 10-7 advantage. Here's Hauser trying to back in on Coates. His shot, one-handed hook, no good. Loose ball, saved by Ridges. Ridges lost control and is controlled by Coates. Lincoln down 3. Corey Williams brings it up, moving right to left when you're down on that far side to Bakir Cleveland. Half-court man-to-man being applied by the Broncos. Here's Ethan Garita. He's stepping to a three-pointer. Garita left it short, and the loose ball comes down to Myers.
don't normally see Ethan Garita shoot out there. He looked a little
Hesitant.
confused,
Yes.
a little hesitant
Right.
as to whether or not he should actually put it up.
So Fayetteville moving around. Here's another three-pointer up. Myers, 2 consecutive three-pointers, 13-7 Broncos as Myers raises his hands trying to get folks into it. The Broncos want to go play the Rams tomorrow to defend their championship. They've answered the call over the last few minutes. 13-7's our score. Reggie Hudson, near side, Bakir Cleveland, guarded by Myers. Coleman makes you Cleveland, driving, steps back, left-hand elbow shot, in and out. Lincoln not making it anything. Bridges with the rebound and gets it over to Cres Worthy. Eyes in half-court, man-to-man. Worthy on their right side, way above the circle. There's a bounce pass to Bridges. Bridges in traffic, goes up, acrobatic move, lays it up off the glass. 15-7. Coach Armstrong's going to call a timeout.
Yeah,
and
he's seen enough.
Yeah, Fayetteville State blitzing Lincoln, KB.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very emotional and high energy environment. And you're going to see little runs like this, of course. You know, Fayetteville isn't necessarily a high scoring team in that game. Just the other day, they scored 52 points in 40 minutes, which doesn't really say to me that they have a very high volume offense. So, you know, this is just the storm. I'm sure Lincoln will calm down, settle into their offense. Peter Sorbo, unfortunately, picked up those 2 early fouls. But Janae Coates, they're not going to miss a beat with him. He's been playing amazing lately, rebounding, looking to create his own shot. But they've got to slow down Cres Worthy. I mean, he demands a lot of attention on offense. And even though Reggie Hudson has him in check, it's allowing his teammates to run that baseline and make those cuts.
So 15-7's our score, 10:36 here in the first half. And Okarel, Lincoln came out hot. Minor adjustment by Fayetteville State, Coach DeLucio, and they've been cold.
Well, not only that, there could be some nerves that are a bit chilled as well. You know, hey, it's for all the marbles at this point. We're at the Final Four, the semis. Everything else beyond here, everyone notices. So execution is key, coaching and confidence and composure. We're going to go 3 C's today, KB, but we got to have it all. Back to you all.
I love it.
All right, so we're back here. 15-7's our score. On the floor for Lincoln, Janai Coates, Hudson, Corey Williams, and Bakir Cleveland. Fayetteville State will counter with Bridges, Cres Worthy, Hauser, and I'm forgetting somebody. Ray is into the contest for them.
Yeah, and Isaiah Ray at the Vanny had Corey Williams in check. He held him to 13 that night.
Yeah, Isaiah Ray, similar build to Bakir Cleveland.
Yes.
Long and skinny.
Yeah, 6'5" with a long wingspan.
Here's Bakir working on Ray. We must have talked that matchup over. Inside the Garita. Garita, high hook shot, no good. Loose ball is going to be tracked down, or they're going to call it pushing. No, out of bounds was Garita. Freddie Young Jr. will check in at the next dead ball for Lincoln.
Freddie Young Jr. named one of the all CIAA rookies.
So that was a foul on Ethan Garita. That's Lincoln's third team foul. The Broncos have 4. A little full court pressure being applied by Lincoln. This is Ray on the right side. Gets it over to Ridges. Ridges now back to Worthy. Worthy finds Ridges on the left side. He's being guarded by Freddie Young. That half-court man-to-man. Backdoor pass finds a wide open Hauser who jams it home with 2 hands.
He jammed it home and got himself a technical for hanging on that rim.
Tony Hauser trying to send a nice message to the Lions. They now lead by 10. 17-7's our score. 9:50 in the first half.
Well, Hauser's been high octane since the tip-off of this game. And, for the Lions, that was a miscommunication on defense. Again, we just talked about those backdoor cuts. They're paying so much attention to what Cres Worthy is able to do. They're not communicating.
No, they are not. 17-8 as Bakir Cleveland hit that technical foul on Hauser. Called on Hauser, pardon me. Live from the CFG Bank Arena, semifinals action. Game 2 of the day. Winner goes on to play Winston-Salem State, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Okarel Terrell Decree, and the Baby Lion, Layla Newborn, in the broadcast booth with us. Lincoln has the rock, moving right to left wing it down. Freddie Young, far side, 11 seconds on the play clock. Young still needs to make a move. 8 seconds on the play clock. A little 2-3 matchup zone. Here's Bakir Cleveland, pumps fakes shots from the top of the key, rattles around for the third time and comes out. It's almost as though someone is pulling that rim close.
Wow.
Now, KB, you're going to have to get the little line. She looked like she's about to have a seizure over here at the scoreboard.
I know that look. When that jaw gets tight, she's
So here's the turnover on Fayetteville State. Bad pass by Ridges to Cres Worthy. 17-8's our score, 9-13. Inbounding in front of his own benches, Bakir Cleveland gets it over to Reggie Hudson. Waiting for him is Ridges at the half-court line. They throw it over to Freddie Young Jr. Little motion offense. Here's Garita. Garita looking to spin. His shot over Cres Worthy actually rattles in and good. So 17-10, Lincoln. This pace was Lincoln's to begin with, but it's turned into a Fayetteville State pace.
Right. It doesn't have to be cute to go in as long as it goes in.
Mm-hmm. Here's Ray. Far side. Back to Worthy. Worthy. Little two-man game. Throws it to Coleman. They find Ridges in the left corner. Ridges is being called for having big feet as a young man. Stepped on the line. Turnover on Fayetteville State. That's their 5th turnover. Lincoln only has 1 turnover. Coach D'Alessio going to his bench. We'll set the lineup in a minute, KB.
Yeah, and you see Fayetteville State moving the ball around a lot, trying to get Lincoln caught up in those switches.
17-10, Lincoln trailing by 7. Freddie Young Jr. throws the ball away. Cres Worthy has it. A little 3-on-2. Worthy to a wide open Tony Hauser, and he's going to pick up a foul. And that foul call is going to be on Bakir Cleveland.
Now, one ref looked like he was calling it the other way.
Yeah,
that was an offensive.
It was an offensive foul.
Yeah,
it looked like he said offensive foul, but someone else raced in there. So.
Yeah, but we won't get too deep into these refs.
No, we won't.
From
today.
yesterday,
we won't. So Tony Hauser picks up the foul. Another turnover on Fayetteville State. That's their 6th. And 5 team fouls here. Lincoln with the rock, trailing by 7. Bakir Cleveland, top of the circle. Bakir, nice backdoor pass to Garita. Garita goes in and lays it in, KB.
Yeah.
So
very
Ethan,
pretty finish at the basket with that little one-hand kiss off.
Ethan with 4 consecutive points for the Lions. On the far side, this is Foster. Now near side to Elliott, guarded by Freddie Young. Cres Worthy, not too far. You have Reggie Hudson following him. Bakir Cleveland's going to pick up a foul as he's chasing someone around the court. That's his first, team 4. So team foul situations, 5 on Fayetteville State, 4 on Lincoln. Let's take a break, KB. CFG Bank Arena, CIAA Men's Semi-Finals. Lincoln Lions 12, Fayetteville State Broncos 17.
Attention all sports fans. Are you ready for enough coverage of historically Black college and university sports and professional sports? Look no further than HBCU, Pro Sports Media Association. We're a national media organization dedicated to covering the stories and achievements of HBCU student athletes and pro players. As a member, you'll have access to a community of local and national Black journalists, all working together to increase coverage of HBCU programs. Join us today. Be a part of the Legion of HBCU and pro sports reporters. Visit us at hbcuprosportsmedia.com and stay informed on the latest HBCU and pro sports news.
Here comes Stansbury for Del State. Off balance shot up in the lane is good. Stansbury forcing the action for Del State. We're on the seesaw. 52-50, Del State with a 2-point advantage.
Delaware State definitely playing with a lot of energy and heart.
Gets it over far side. Carpenter 3-pointers up and good.
Here is where Lincoln is going to be put to the test.
Joe Bryant, deep 3-pointer up and good. Anderson, his 3-pointers up and good.
Pose for the cameras, Mr. Anderson.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.
And welcome back to CFG Bank Arena. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rel, Terrell McCree, the Baby Lions in the house. Layla Newborn, Lincoln trailing 17-12. Fayetteville State will have the rock. They are moving left to right, inbounding the ball for Fayetteville. This is Elliott, gets it over to Foster. Go backdoor live to Foster, no good. Overthrew that one. This ball comes down to Bakir Cleveland for the Lions.
Thought he was John Moran. That was a little high.
Yeah, but again, that backdoor motion trying to catch the over-pursuing Lincoln's Lions. Here's a nice feed inside to Janae Coates, and he gets his first two. 3-point contest, 17-14, 7-16 here in the first half.
And with my special glasses, that looked like it should have been an N1.
Oh, Garrell, I'll let you answer that one. I'll let you answer.
Oh, you know, I'm with all the shenanigans. Let's get it.
I'll let you answer that. A foul on Reggie Hudson, pressing Cres Worthy. Reggie is tuned in tonight. I can definitely say that. He has that look.
He's always locked in on defense.
So Elliott has it. Again, his team leading by 3. Foster now back to Worthy. Nice fake move. Cres sets up Foster. Foster on the baseline, pulls up, jump shot over Cleveland, and Bakir's going to pick up his second foul.
Yeah. 2 early fouls for Bakir Cleveland and Peter Sorber, which is probably going to send Bakir to the bench.
Yeah, if you're coach, you need to get Bakir to the bench.
And, you know, just for a moment to talk about Bakir's play with this tournament. Yesterday, he went 5 for 5 from behind the arc. 5 for 5. And this is a young man who was not shooting the three ball well at all season, with 5 for 5 yesterday.
First shots up by Cres Worthy. And not Cres Worthy, excuse me, the Tyler Foster is good. He has 2. And Bakir was lighting it up from downtown. 1 of 2. Foster gets his own rebound.
Yeah.
Freddie Young just completely forgot to box out the foul-shot shooter. Here's a deep 3-pointer by Coleman. No good. Loose ball pulled down by Coates. 18-14's our score. 6:45 first half.
And we know for sure the Lincoln trainers had their work cut out for them last night.
Oh,
both Coach,
Bakir, how much ice?
Peter Sorber, they were all hurt.
How much ice was charged to the Lincoln account? It's Freddie Young working on Foster. Goes inside, throws it up. Shot's no good, but he draws a foul. And that will send the Fayetteville State Broncos and put them in the penalty. Excuse me, can't get my words out.
And I like the aggressiveness of Freddie Young going to the basket. You see him often doing that little head fake and driving to the basket. He's got to learn how to finish it, though.
Yeah, Freddie, the redshirt freshman, at the line to shoot 2. His first shot's up and good. Freddie for the season shoots 70%. Will set the Broncos lineup up momentarily. It's Foster, Elliott, Coleman, Ridges, and Myers. Lincoln has Coates, Corey Williams, Garita, Freddie Young, and Reggie Hudson. Freddie converts both, making it a 2-point contest. 2-2-1, full court pressure being applied by Lincoln. This is Elliott in the backcourt. Corey Williams guarding him. Elliott being forced to that left side, skips it over to Ridges. Now they bring it over to Coleman. Back to Elliott. 18 seconds on the play clock, 6:12 on the game clock. 2-point contest. Pace is favoring the Broncos. Through the lane, this is Foster. Turnaround shot over top of Freddie Young. It's no good. Loose ball pulled down by Reggie Hudson. Here comes the Lions. This is Hudson on the left side. Lions can tie this game or go ahead with the 3-pointer. So 2-man game, Hudson and John A. Coates. Little high-low to Ethan Garrido on the right side. Corey Williams, 3-pointers up and misses everything. Freddie Young gets the rebound. Ill-advised shot by Corey. Coates kicks it out. Garrido trying to be aggressive, and he throws it away.
Wow.
Foster has it, racing up. He gets ahead, wide open 3-pointer. Coleman, he shoots his air ball. Now here comes Lincoln out on a break. This is Reggie Hudson working in, goes up on Elliott, shot, bounces, and goes in as Reggie Hudson gets the old-fashioned and one.
Okay. And Reggie Hudson, come on, fearless. From here, he looks 5'8", but he's never afraid to go in amongst those trees. On the on the offensive end, and in the defensive end, he's grabbing rebounds.
It was tied at 18. Reggie with an opportunity to put his team up once again. 18 is a score. Reggie at the line to shoot. One shot. And Reggie Hudson for the year is a 65% shooter, but he makes me into a 65% broadcaster.
Storyteller.
19-18, 5-17. Lincoln, full court, 2-2-1. Ray gets it ahead. This is Coleman. Coleman trapped in a corner, gets it back out to Cres Worthy. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the first half. Winner will go on to play Winston-Salem tomorrow, right here at noon. I know what time that game is, Kate.
Oh, yeah.
So on the floor is Garrido, and Garrido could do anything, but he tripped the player.
Yeah. And this is a pretty fast-moving first half.
It's a fast-moving first half. I mean, Garrido fell, and Coleman kind of ran and tripped himself. So Gabe Harris into the contest, the real freshman.
A little diaper dandy into the game.
And so coaches, big men, all have problems. Talking about Peter Sorber, Ethan Garrido, the starting 4-5, and the starting 3, Bakir Cleveland. Coleman's first shot rattles around, no good, and Freddie Young grabs the board. Lincoln with a 1-point advantage, leading 19-18, 4:51. This is Hudson on the left side. Half court, look like a 2-3. Now it's going to be a man-to-man. He's working on Cres Worthy. Here's a Neil Seal, bad pass. This is Bridges, goes up, lays it in, and draws the foul on Hudson.
Yeah.
Ill-advised, so Hudson will pick up his second.
And I mean, not necessarily foul trouble, but we've got several players with 2 fouls. It's Reggie Hudson, Peter Sorber, and Bakir Cleveland, all starters with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah, but KB, if they get, no one can afford to have a third foul with 4:35 here in the first half.
A lot of time in the first half.
So that three-point play is good for Ridges. Now it's a 21-19 advantage. Fayetteville State back on top. Definitely a Fayetteville State, D'Alessio kind of game as far as the score. Freddie Young not even looking to attack offensively.
No.
Reggie Hudson now drops the Coates on the right elbow. Coates with the dribble, skips it over, and Gabe Harris, his jump shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Ridges, poked away by Hudson, and it will be Lincoln's basketball.
And it looks like Gabe Harris landed kind of gingerly on that right leg. He's limping a little bit.
I don't know. We have to get the little lion ready.
Oh,
Ready to put your kicks on lay.
your trainer hat on.
Oh, here's a bad pass by Coates. Bridges goes in, lays it up. They're going to say no.
No
It's going to be a
basket.
foul. on the floor.
But he's going to the line.
Yeah.
Lincoln's got to get back in transition defense.
Yeah. So Khalil Ridges running draws the foul on Corey Williams. Smart play by Corey because 1-1.
And we know how well coached this Fayetteville team is. Coach DeLezio has been in the CIAA for several years. So he had to prepare his team for this Lions team that's been red hot.
Ridges hits the front end of the 1-1. That's the 5th turnover on Lincoln. Fayetteville State has 7. The 19th foul on the Lions as well. Khalil Ridges, the junior guard, at the foul line. His second shot's up and good. So 23-19. Fayetteville State answers quickly, and they're back on top.
And another true freshman in the game now, Marshall Roberson.
But Roberson kind of shot coach waited as long as he did to insert Marshall. Corey Williams over to Freddie Young. Roberson in that left corner. Freddie at the top of the key going in. Skips it over near side. Deep three-pointers up by Corey Williams, and he connects.
Desperately needed that to stop this Fayetteville run.
So Corey Williams, that's his first points of the game. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Cres Worthy, guarded by Freddie Young. Let's see what the Cres gets active. Coleman three-pointer from the left side. No good. Corey Williams skies to the boards. Corey out on the break, but chasing him is Ridges. Ridges pokes it from behind, and Corey turns the ball over.
Yeah, but that's his teammate's job to let him know someone's behind you. Pull up.
Cres Worthy has it. His team leading by 1, 23-22. Worthy tried to throw it in. Nice hands by Freddie Young Jr. Here's Freddie running, but Fayetteville State gets back defensively. He's being pressured by Ray. 2:55 here in the first half, live from the CFG Bank Arena, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Ralph. Freddie in the corner. Corey Williams shot up at the top of the foul line. No good. And the rebound is snatched in by Daryl Myers.
And it was all white jerseys. Gabe Harris, signed his coats, got to get in there and box out.
2:40 to go in the first half, 23-22, Uncle Ralph. I guess if we don't tease the halftime show, we probably won't, the way this first half is moving.
Well, a tease is a lovely thing. Real quick, while we got action going on, we're going to make sure we get an update on that rough accident that the Delaware State Hornets bowling team experienced. We're also going to talk about the USFL and how some historically black college football players are being highly coveted. And, of course, everything financing and revenue. You'll be really surprised to find out which Major League Baseball team is also donating a big bag to an HBCU. A whole lot of that and more on Uncle Ralph's Corner right here on the KRSB Network. But we got a barn burner between the Bulldogs and the Lions. Let's go, Keano.
All right, thank you, Uncle Ralph. So also joining us, Uncle Ralph, is Daryl Roberts, a Lincoln alumnus, but he is the founder of the Harlem Renaissance Classic. He'll be joining us in the booth.
So debonair.
Yeah, we'll see him. And KB's money goes to Lincoln.
Yeah.
All of our broadcasting goes to Lincoln for now. But he had a jacket, Uncle Ralph, a real old school leather varsity Lincoln jacket. Sweet looking, clean.
So you said he had that lion drip is what he had, huh?
Definitely drip. Definitely. So 23-22. Let's talk about that game before this, KB.
Wow. Winston-Salem State Rams upsetting Virginia Union. I mean, it was a low-scoring game, 45-44. It was a last-second shot that put Winston-Salem over the top. Virginia Union had an opportunity to score, but just couldn't find, their rhythm. So, we didn't really expect to see Winston-Salem in the championship game. But again, this is HBCU basketball madness.
All right. So, Little Lion, welcome to the broadcast, Layla. Your mic is open. Yes, you're on.
Sorry, I was listening to the band for a second.
All right, so 23-22. Uncle Rel, we're starting her early. We're going to keep Layla's microphone open. You just can't have any emotional Lincoln outbursts.
Right.
Tighten up, baby lion. Tighten up.
I got it.
There's a rebound. Young Gabe Harris with the block on Coleman. And another block on Bridges. Here comes Lincoln out on the break. Freddie Young finds Corey Williams. Corey's going to be fouled on the left side. Tyler Foster was up in the air. Also, Cres Worthy was in that vicinity. So let's see who they're going to call this one on.
And you know, Gabe Harris is one of my faves. After that Lincoln Cheney game, when he had a block party, I mean, he hosted it. He was blocking everything. So it's nice to see him back in action.
So Mr. 80% plus goes to the P.O. box on the far side.
Got to collect that mail.
Yeah, got to collect the mail. Because we got a little tour of Baltimore heading home to Philly last night. So as Corey misses the first. 23-22, Coach D'Alessio is bringing in substitution after substitution, trying to keep his guys fresh. He has Foster, Elliott, Coleman, Bridges, and Myers on the floor. Corey Williams hits 1 of 2. We're tied at 23. 2:15 left here in the first half. Later Hughes, Kia Bird. So, KB, you're going to have to holler and ask this young lady to sit down. So, on the near side, shots up, no good. Rebounded by Marshall Roberson. Roberson brings it up for Lincoln, 23-23. Bounce pass to Coach on the left side. Back over to Freddie Young. Freddie Young looking to drive in the middle. Nice backdoor pass to Roberson. Nothing there. Tried to lay it off to Janai Coates. Pass was deflected. Here's Freddie Young in the lane. Shot in and out and snatched down with authority by Daryl Myers for Fayetteville State.
Again, Lincoln not taking bad shots. They're just not dropping the way they would like them to.
On the far side with the rock, this is Foster. Goes in, alters his shot, no good. Battle for the loose ball is pulled in by Coates. I heard that smack on Coates' arm by Foster. She said, we're not going to do it, so I'm going to be nice. 60 seconds to go in this contest. Knotted up at 23. Corey Williams, little careless dribble, and he's going to pick up his third foul. As he picks up that foul, will walk the length of the court. Is it his second? I thought it was his third, Katie.
No.
So going to the line will be Elliott to shoot 2 because they are now in the double bonus. As turnover number 7 on Lincoln. And for Corey Williams, that's his second turnover. Ethan Garita is the leading scorer for the Lions. It's 7 points.
Right. And he probably would still be in the game if it weren't for those 2 early fouls.
First shot's up by Elliott, and he connects. Into the contest is Bakun. Actually, no, not Bakun. It's Ray.
Yeah.
Again, we're broadcasting from the baseline. Awkward position for us. So Elliott, 1 of 2. Loose ball pulled down by Gabe Harris. Under a minute to go. Lincoln trailing by 1. Here's Freddie Young Jr. Skips it over to Gabe Harris, left elbow. 18 seconds on the play clock. Harris looking for someone. Skips it out to Coleman. Actually, to Janai Coates, excuse me. Here's Corey Williams. He's being quickly double teamed. Goes in the lane. His shot's up and no good. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Corey, and that will be his third. Reggie Hudson into the contest.
And Corey again trying to force the action instead of showing some patience. He was being defended by 3 Broncos. I mean, if you're being defended by 3 Broncos, that leaves somebody open.
So look at this head game. So they bring in Reggie Hudson. Quickly, Coach D'Alessio brings back in Cres Worthy. But Coach is not going to have Worthy guarded by Reggie Hudson, who has 2 fouls. So here's Worthy, 22 seconds, 19 seconds on the play clock.
But if there was a freshman built to guard him, it's Freddie Young.
Freddie is digging in. Cres Worthy way above on the left side. 8 seconds on the play clock. Worthy looking to drive. Coach steps out on him. Worthy picks up his dribble. Coleman wide open three-pointer at the buzzer. No good. And it's pulled down by Myers. We got a loose ball. Ball went out of bounds on the far side. So Lincoln will have the ball, 0.8 seconds, trailing by 1. This has been a very good first half, KB.
And a very fast-paced first half.
I don't know. They're trying to. Is it Friday night? Is it a party that we're missing?
I don't want to be at one. If there is one, I'm good.
Hudson with a heave-ho from about 75 feet. It went about 30 and died in the wind. Halftime here, 24-23. Lincoln Lions trailing by 1. Winner goes on to play Winston-Salem State this tomorrow afternoon. Well, noontime.
Yeah,
it's noontime. Live from the CFG Bank Arena. It's the KRSB Network presentation.
and we have to give a shout out to the Elizabeth City State women who are going to their second consecutive championship game.
Lady Line.
They defeated Johnson C. Smith earlier this afternoon.
Two great games. We caught that one in the car. Yeah. We'll step away, though, for a break. When we come back, we have Uncle Rel's Corner right here on the KRSB Network. We'll be back after this.
Attention all sports fans. Are you ready for enough coverage of historically Black college and university sports and professional sports? Look no further than HBCU, Pro Sports Media Association. We're a national media organization dedicated to covering the stories and achievements of HBCU student athletes and pro players. As a member, you'll have access to a community of local and national Black journalists, all working together to increase coverage of HBCU programs. Join us today. Be a part of the Legion of HBCU and pro sports reporters. Visit us at hbcuprosportsmedia.com and stay informed on the latest HBCU and pro sports news.
You're listening to the KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime. Any Play mobile media radio broadcast.
All right, 24-23, Lincoln trailing by 1 to Fayetteville State. Halftime. It's Uncle Rel's Corner. Uncle Rel, it's yours.
Such a pleasure to have you all joining us on Uncle Rel's Corner here on the KRSB Network 2023 CIAA Tournament. We're going to get right to it. We had some somber news, which we hate to report, but want to give you an update. The Delaware State University officials reported on Friday that 5 players injured in the bowling team's charter bus wreck on Thursday in Virginia were treated and later released from area hospitals, school officials said in a statement. Others who sustained injuries remain hospitalized, officials said, and Delaware State University and its women's bowling team program are grateful for the outpouring of prayers and expressions of support following an accident involving the team on February 23rd in Dinwiddie County, Virginia on February 23rd, which involved a charter bus transporting the team, which was involved in a single vehicle accident on U.S. Highway 85 during its travel to a scheduled tournament in North Carolina. The 8-member team is okay, doing well, and we continue to ask for prayers and say that everything going on is still under investigation, but the staff says thank you to all that have sent well wishes. Switching gears now, the first ever USFL college draft has concluded, and it was a great day for HBCU stars with hopes of playing at the pro level. In the final 5 rounds of the draft, there were 8 HBCU players taken. That brought the overall total of Black college players selected during the event to 12. And of course, this is just a launch point that officials said will continue to shed a light on HBCU sports and, more importantly, players getting to the next level. And as we wrap up, before we get back to this very pivotal semifinal game between the Lions and the Bulldogs, earlier tonight in a pregame ceremony at Minute Maid Park, it was announced that the Houston Astros Foundation is investing in local historically Black college and university, Texas Southern University, by providing funding for the university to build both a baseball and softball stadium on its Houston campus. Amazing news. The Astros are excited to partner with Texas Southern University as they build new baseball and softball fields. TSU students deserve the opportunity to go from playing and watching baseball at a city park to having their own stadium on campus, said Paul Harris, Vice President of Community Affairs and Director of the Astros Foundation. The entire World Series winning Astros organization is proud to be a part of the historic and monumental opportunity for Texas Southern University baseball. Another great partnership with big business and historically Black colleges and universities. Of course, it makes Uncle Rel smile anytime we can get to the bag and also celebrate on the field. Now, back to K&O with more action here at the 2023 CIAA.
Mobile marketing made easy. KRSB delivers a unique way to market your products and services and reach your customers. Whether it's a victory, the HBCU Game of the Week, or something else, we got you covered.
Here comes Stansbury for Del State. Off balance shot up in the lane is good. Stansbury forcing the action for Del State. We're on the seesaw. 52-50, Del State with a 2-point advantage.
Delaware State definitely playing with a lot of energy and heart.
Gets it over far side. Carpenter 3-pointers up and good.
Here is where Lincoln is going to be put to the test.
Joe Bryant, deep 3-pointer up and good. Anderson, his 3-pointers up and good.
Pose for the cameras, Mr. Anderson.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.
And welcome back to halftime. 24-23 is the score at the half as we wait for Darryl Roberts to make his way up to the press box. And he took a loss for those steps as he gets himself settled in, KB.
Those steps. Listen, I had an incident with those steps yesterday as well. Like they are not well built.
No, they're not built. Uncle Rel, always thank you for that halftime show. Gotta love Uncle Rel's halftime show.
And tell us about the podcast,
Yes.
Uncle Rel.
So,
Frozen cups and hot chips.
Well, thank you all so much. It is my pleasure. You always know I love to pound a little chest here and there. Frozen Cups and Hot Chips, one of the premier podcasts in Southeastern Virginia, talking to only the experts, those that are dealing with the community, making a difference. Yes, Black history, state championship coaches, politicians, marine biologists, those that are moving and shaking in our community are with Tidewater Terrell and the Frozen Cups and Hot Chips podcast family, in conjunction as well with our family at the KRSB Network, bringing you amazing coverage and things that you don't see on the dial, but you can see from here on out. So thank you all so much, K&O, for always showing love. And yes, Frozen Cups and Hot Chips on YouTube, IG, and all of the major platforms. And now let's get back to this basketball action.
all right, so again, we are still halftime. Men's semifinals, Lincoln Lions, Fayetteville State Broncos. Broncos with a 1-point advantage. But joining us is the CEO and founder of Bridging Structural Homes. He's a Lincoln Lion. He is a member of Beta Chapter, Uncle Rel. All right. And he is here to join us. And he's a fashion guru because we admired his coat here. KB noticed his coat with us coming off of 95. That's how sharp he was with his Lincoln Lions coat on. So, Mr. Roberts, welcome to the KRSB Network halftime. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, and who you don't hear there is Uncle Rel, who you don't see is Uncle Rel Terrell Decree.
Okay. It's a pleasure being here. It's an awesome environment being in Baltimore for the second year. And of course, I love my HBCUs. I will travel around the world, Mars, when we're available to go there to visit my HBCUs, no doubt about it.
Man after our own heart here with us three here, because we've we've been all over. We stopped at Saturn. We went the other direction.
Right.
We didn't go towards Mars, but
I don't know if I have a coat for Mars. What do you wear on Mars? I'm not sure.
well, we gotta get one of his coats. You
Yes.
know, I mean, I'm not against orange and blue, but you know,
But the designer, fortunately, not to give them a plug, but MDJ Originals, they actually designed the coach for Deion Sanders at Colorado.
oh wow.
So they designed this for me a year ago, and people want to touch it and feel it, and see what it's all about.
So, Mr. Roberts, tell us a little bit about what you do. I mean, everyone has heard about the Harlem Renaissance Classic, and you are the founder of the Harlem Renaissance Classic. Let's talk a little bit about that, because you had your Lions go up there this year.
Yeah, that's my baby. We design, innovative collaborations between HBCUs, the community, and brands. And the Harlem Renaissance Classic is our baby. It's inspired by HBCU culture. We bring HBCUs into Harlem, New York, which they rarely come that far north. We bring the bands, we bring the cheerleaders, we bring the Divine Nine, we bring the HBCU funk. And the interesting mix, the dynamic we try to create, we bring in PWIs who aren't used to our culture, but you know how it is in Black America. Everything that we do well, somebody wants to appropriate and adopt as theirs. So we invite them to our party. And the only thing I have to be on the lookout for is cardiac arrest. Because, when the bands come in and the cheerleaders come in and the D9s, they don't normally see that on, PWI campuses.
Right. So you talked about it being the second year. Obviously, the third year.
Yeah.
You got a nice relationship with a group that's in Philadelphia, close to you, broadcasting a school that is your heart, the Lincoln Lions. Excuse me, my microphone's going crazy. But yeah, tell us about year 3. I know you got some things you're working on later this year.
Year 3 is an expansion year. I've been down here the whole week. There's a lot of things that the CIAA does well that, we don't mind copying because, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So when I spoke to the commission, I told her, we're going to bring this north. She says, I'll bring it with you. So, we're going to be doing a lot of the ancillary pieces like the college fair, the career fair, the DEI conferences, because, the event is not all about the score on the scoreboard. What we're trying to do is we're trying to shrink the racial divide. We're trying to fight back, white supremacy and things that may be holding back our society, like, the lack of a push for higher education, the racial wealth gap. So a lot of our programming outside of the basketball is going to involve emphasizing those things, especially in environments where you have underserved, marginalized communities that consistently,
Now, you talked about it being up in Harlem. What is the environment like in Harlem when these college teams come up and play basketball? Because we all know, Harlem is known for their guards and for their flavor. So what is it like for these college teams to come up here and play?
Well, they're embraced and greatly anticipated because, the name of the event is the Harlem Renaissance Classic. And we took a lot of time and focus on, really curating the event around the Harlem Renaissance, which was without doubt the most creative example of Black excellence in this country ever.
Beautiful time.
So, to bring it in under that umbrella and to design a lot of the events, the educational events, the creative events, the things that the kids right now are not getting in the public schools or in the schools in general, is something that the community has really embraced. They anticipate. I have people walking up to me now. I can walk down 125th Street and somebody say, "Oh, aren't you the guy who did the Harlem Renaissance, whatever, classic?" So y'all coming back, right? So the word is getting out, and each year we practically double the fan interest, and eventually we're going to just take it to the next level where if you miss it, you're going to have to wait till next year.
Right.
And Uncle Rel, any questions for Mr. Roberts?
Well, good Beta chapter, brother. First of all, good to see you. How good and how pleasant it is to have you joining us this evening. And we are happy to hear about the Harlem Renaissance. I like what you said a few moments ago about the PWI and the institutions. A lot of times I notice they don't have a problem embracing the culture. We just can't get them to put 5 on it in order to help perpetuate it. What are you and your establishment doing to help to get some of these donors and those that are interested in what we're doing to help dig a little deeper to help fund some of this gold?
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, one of the things that we found in talking to brands, sponsors, corporate organizations that want to get involved is that they need to know the story. And, you know, we can't keep our story to ourselves because the story of HBCUs is one that is so unique. We need to continually tell these stories. So, you know, even though we're a nonprofit that, you know, we raise money to help organizations, you know, tell stories, we tell a pretty good story ourselves. And when we start talking about, you know, 1837 with Cheney and 1854 with Lincoln, 1881 with Tuskegee, and we can just go down the line. And as long as we continue to tell these stories, you know, in a very innovative and provocative way, you know, we're going to get corporations to say, wow, you know, we're missing out. We want to get to the head of the line so we can get a piece of that action. So,
I love it, and I'm gonna get you out of here really quick, good frat brother. By the way, spring 2000 Gamma Xi, just for the notation. What are we gonna do at the Rucker with the Harlem Renaissance? Can I see an HBCU band stepping into the Rucker and playing some of the sounds in the future?
Oh, without question. You know, one of the things that we're planning this summer is we're doing the HBCU All-Star Dream Classic. Think NBA All-Star Game, East-West. We're going to put together all-stars from the MEAC and the CIAA to play against the SWAC and the SIAC. Unprecedented on the most hallowed grounds in recreational basketball, Harlem, New York, Rucker Park, 155th and 8th Avenue, this summer, August the 5th.
Rucker Park, man, you said it. Way to go. Keep rocking out 155th. We love it. Way to go, good kid. Polo Browns, all of that.
All right, so we're about to set for tip-off. Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. You can hang around with us if you want to hang around with us for a couple of seconds. You want to hang around with us? All right, so sure, we hang around. Started the second half, 24-23 KB. Fayetteville State has the rock moving right to left on your dial. We'll set the lineups momentarily. Lincoln playing half-court man-to-man defense. Up top, this is with the rock. Coleman now over to Bakun, excuse me. Jump shot by Elliott on the left side from the elbow was up and good. Elliott with that jump shot, KB, 26-23. These teams went back and forth in the first half. As we thank Mr. Roberts, they throw it inside to Ethan Garita. Garita missed a shot as Bakun came in, banged into both Garita and Hudson. No foul call. Jump shot by Fayetteville State on the other side. No good. Here comes Lincoln. Corey Williams has a rock. Things get slowed down. Gets it over to Bakir Cleveland. Got away with some steps.
And both Ethan Garita, Bakir Cleveland, and Peter Sorber all with 2 fouls apiece.
Okay, we'll keep a close eye on that. There's Reggie Hudson. Nice find. Bakir Cleveland pumps fake shots up. No good. So there goes that streak from last night, KB.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hot is hot, but it can't stay the same temperature forever.
Listen, I know it's not because the temperature outside definitely changed. It's Bakun. His three-pointer top of the key is good. 29-23. Fayetteville answered first 6 points of the second half. Lincoln with the rock, moving it around. This is Garita. He finds Cleveland. Cleveland's being guarded by Foster. Now Hudson has it. Came off the screen. He has Foster on him. Crosses Foster over. Goes up in traffic. Gets thrown to the ground. And they're not helping up like Virginia State did yesterday.
No, they won't. And there goes that New York fearlessness of Reggie Hudson being, again, willing to go in amongst those trees and draw that foul.
So Hudson will be at the line. Reggie has 3 points today. So no one from Lincoln really got themselves off offensively in that first half, KB.
Well, Fayetteville State was showing them lots of defensive looks, you know, from the very beginning. And Coach Delagio kept in fresh legs.
So Hudson at the line to shoot. He's 1 of 1 from the line today. Leading scorer for Fayetteville State in the first half was Bridges. On the court now, they have Bakun, Foster, Elliott, Worthy, and Coleman. 18 minutes here in the second half. 29-24. Make that just 24. Peter Sorber tried to get in for the rebound, but it was taken away from him by Coleman.
Ethan Garita has got to box out. Peter Sorber is getting bodied underneath the basket.
We talked about Bakum's size when we were in the car driving down today. He was really impactful in that first game, which the Broncos won by 1. Here's Foster turns, faces his jump shot short. Peter Sorber gets the board for Lincoln. Now over to Hudson. Fayetteville State gets back defensively, so you can see that's a plan for them. They're not allowing Lincoln to get out and run.
Right.
This pace favors Fayetteville. Into Sorber. Sorber trying to make a move, and he's going to be called for steps.
And we see Peter Sorber holds his hands to his head. You got to shake those calls off.
Lincoln down by 5, 29-24. This is Elliott trying to pick up a cheap foul on Garita. Finds Foster on that left side. Here's Elliott. Garita waits for him. Lincoln a half-court man-to-man. Okay, now Corey Williams picks up Elliott. Garita was guarding him. Did not want that if he were Coach Armstrong.
No.
Cres Worthy, far side, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Little give and go to Bakum. Shots up, and it is no good. And the foul call on Bakum as he ran into Corey Williams. Corey laid down just a little extra.
He ran over Corey Williams.
So we always tease Corey about his fame skills and acting, but that one hurt for real.
He's the Erica Kane of the CIAA.
29-24, C51. Live from CFG Bank Arena, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rel, Terrell Decree, and the Lady Lion, the Little Lion, Layla Newborn. Hudson finds Cleveland. Cleveland, nice find to Peter Sorber. Peter goes up in traffic and lays it in. 29-26, 16-29. So you said our interns, Drew had said to you, was it Drew or Bailey? Bailey said that Lincoln had been scoring the most points in the tournament in the first 2 games. That's not going to happen tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, Bellagio knew this, and the plan was to definitely slow them down. Lincoln, as much as they like to lock down on defense, they also like to get out and run. So in order for Fayetteville to have a chance in this game, they've got to slow down this offense. Lincoln has 4 players that are perfectly capable of running their offense.
That turnover on Fayetteville State, they're 11th. Lincoln has the rock. They can tie with the 3. Here's Reggie Hudson. He gets bumped, and he'll go back to the line. That foul's going to be on Elliott.
And Reggie Hudson had a career high against Fayetteville in January, scoring 26.
So timeout on the floor, 29-26, 15:57, live from CFG Bank Arena. It's the CIAA semifinal action between the Lincoln Lions and the Fayetteville State Broncos. We'll be back right here on the KRSB Network.
Mobile marketing made easy. KRSB delivers a unique way to market your products and services and reach your customers. Whether it's a victory, the HBCU Game of the Week, or something else, we got you covered.
Join the HBCU Madness Challenge and show off your school pride during the CIAA Basketball Tournament with KRSB Network's mobile media radio broadcast.
Invest in your future now. Enjoy the luxurious lifestyles of wealth building and financial literacy with stocks versus sneakers and the Bank on I Am NIL intern and collaborator program for high school and college student athletes. To schedule an interview, you must complete the stocks versus sneakers market survey. Text Bank on I Am to 833-663-1586 for more information. That's Bank on I Am to 833-663-1586 for more information.
You're listening to the KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any play mobile media radio broadcast.
And welcome back to CFG Bank Arena, Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rel, Terrell Decree, Lincoln Lions trailing by 3, 29-26. And KB, I made a mistake and put my microphone in your channel. You're usually channel 3. I'm usually channel 4. So The volume level is down, and it's too loud in my ears. I am just discombobulated, Uncle Rel. Just discombobulated. The Lady Lions eating popcorn around us, Uncle Rel. We haven't ate yet. They served dinner at 6 o'clock. The game started at 6 o'clock.
Tell them how you feel, oh.
Reggie Hudson at the line to shoot two. That foul was on Marcus Elliott. That was his second foul. First shot by Hudson is good. He has another one coming to him.
Right now, Coach Armstrong only has Ethan Garrido on the line with Reggie Hudson. Everyone else is in the backcourt.
Reggie, 1 of 2, 29-27. Corey Williams picks up Elliott. Corey has 3 personal fouls, so he can't be picking up any little cheap loose ones here. Coach needs him on the floor, KB.
Keeps him on the floor, but we have to remember Freddie Young and Marshall Robinson are both sitting on the bench and perfectly capable of coming in, and the Lions won't lose anything defensively.
So add Reggie Hudson to that 3-foul list as Foster went through the lane, and he gets himself to the line for 2. Tyler Foster, only 3 points today. He's been 1 for 5, excuse me. And the one shot that he had was a 3-pointer. His first shot's up, bounces off the back end of the iron. This crowd's kind of quiet, kid.
It is. I mean, this has been a quiet game in a sense, but we have to think about the physical demand of this CIAA tournament. This is going to be the Lions' 3rd game in 3 days. I mean, during the regular season, you get at least 2 days in between games. So this is a lot physically, to have to work through.
Foster, 1 of 2 from the line, 30-27, 15-23. This is Ethan Garrido, comes near side to Hudson. Backdoor pass to Garrido. He misses the alley-oop. As opposed to catching, coming back and reset, he tried to finish. Blown opportunity. Here comes Fayetteville State. Worthy moving right to left on your dial. Worthy gets past Hudson. Now off the screen gets Garrido. It's Elliott. Finds Foster. Foster going in. Shots no good. We're going to have a foul call on Foster. The official caught that one. And that foul on Foster will be his 3rd personal foul.
Foster, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, hasn't really gotten it going.
No.
For the Broncos.
No one's really gotten it going
No.
offensively or for either squad.
It's kind of a muddy game.
Yeah. 12 turnovers for Fayetteville State. Corey Williams nearly lost that one, but Keir Cleveland saved him. He has it on the far side, guarded by Foster. Half-court man-to-man being applied by Fayetteville State. Here's Cleveland going up in the lane. Nice cutoff by Fayetteville. Laid it up. No good. Sorber gets the rebound. Fight underneath, and the loose ball picked up by Coleman for Fayetteville State. 30-27. Fayetteville State. Tony Hauser will check in the next dead ball. Up top, this is Bakun. Now finds Cres Worthy. Worthy guarded by Reggie Hudson on the left side. Fayetteville State will utilize most of that shot clock. It's down to 6. Here's Worthy. His shot from the right side. No good. Loose ball tipped in by Garrido. And ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Lincoln.
Little hot potato underneath.
13:59, 30-27. KB, you doomed us by your inner KRSB text messages about scores.
I do. Because I take a look at those kind of things.
You said hot truck grease. I know hot truck crash grease.
Yeah, hot truck trash. Truck.
It's Sorber. His move over Tony Hauser, no good. Loose ball comes out to Cleveland. His jump shot's up, no good. Tipped in by Garrido, and he misses that one. It's possession to Fayetteville with Cres Worthy coming out. Worthy on the right side, behind the back, guarded by Hudson. 19 seconds. He'll bring it out, reset. Coach D'Alessio tells his team, utilize all the time that you need. Driving through Myers. Myers is going to pick up the third foul on Peter Sorber. I don't know. Coach needs to find something to energize. Maybe you bring in Marshall.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Marshall Robinson has a knack for getting the offense moving a little bit differently than Corey Williams and Reggie Hudson have. You know, he has a little bit of a different style than these two.
So Janai Coates off the bench.
Right. Well, Peter Sorber now has 3 fouls, 3 personal fouls.
So first shot up by Myers is no good. The senior. Sorber walking slowly. Again, if you're the trainer for Lincoln, your favorite friend has been ice and icy hot.
Right.
1 of 2 from the line for Myers. 31-27. 4-point advantage for the Broncos.
And this game started out with a lot of energy, but it's just slowly being deflated out of the building.
Here's Hudson. Throws it in to Coates, and Coates does not move. Turnover on Lincoln. That's now turnover number 10. So there have been 22 turnovers in tonight's ball game, KB.
But they haven't resulted in anything.
Now, pressure being applied by Lincoln. A little 2-2-1 pressure. And Garita pressuring Cres Worthy.
Trying to block his vision.
Worthy to Myers. Now back to Cres. 18 seconds on the play clock as they get their offense initiated. Corey guarding Cres Worthy. He skips it near side. Open 3-pointers. In and out. Fired by Bridges. Fayetteville State with the rebound. They'll reset their offense again, KB. Notice the amount of time off this clock. It's like a game of keep away. Nice save by Bakir Cleveland. Fayetteville State was trying to do a backdoor live, denied by Cleveland. Is Hudson driving the lane. Garita, right side baseline jump shot is good from 12 feet. 31-29.
And that has to feel good for the Lions to finally see the ball go through the basket.
Yeah. Here's Bridges. Skips it over, falls the 3-pointer up and no good. Corey Williams with the rebound. Lincoln can tie this one. 11:50. 31-29. Corey Williams on that left side. They're moving left to right on the dial. Hauser came out to double team Williams. They throw it into the post. Janai Coates with an advantage. Goes in. Gets himself trapped. Thrown over to Cleveland. 8 seconds on the clock. Cleveland guarded by Foster. Drives baseline. No push. Jump shots up from 12 feet and good.
And I like this lanky matchup between Foster and Bakir Cleveland.
Tied at 31. There's a little bit of crowd. Almost a turnover on Fayetteville State. Here's Cres Worthy. Looking at Coach Alessio, getting the play call. 11 minutes to go. Excuse me, Katie.
All right. Hopefully these last 2 possessions put a little gas into Lincoln's tank.
On the far side, Tony Hauser finds Cres Worthy. 3-pointer up from the corner. No good. And Garita skies over everyone for the board. Here's Hudson driving the length of the lane. Puts it up with the left hand. And Lincoln has scored 6 consecutive points. Coach D'Alessio calling for timeout. 33-31. Lions back on top, Uncle Rel. 6 straight points. You hear the fans cheering. Our technical problems. There's that Lucius walking across the baseline.
You got his little book bag tonight.
Yeah. And I got my fedora right here.
Right. But I mean, the gym is packed right now. You see a lot of alumni out.
Yeah.
You see a lot of orange in the crowd, a lot of blue. You know, the band's been a little quiet, but hey, this is a great environment for CIAA. You have WNBA players at halftime. The Hampton Championship was honored.
We got Daryl Roberts sitting next to us.
Yeah,
you know?
so this game hasn't been the most exhilarating, but this is always a great environment to be in.
So I got to tell my story. Uncle Rel, you'll love this one too. So KB and I go back to the media room, and we walk in. We see Coach James Sweat of Hampton and Norfolk State of our time of being at school, and his wife, P. Laverne Sweat, together, a little bit older. And the first game that I ever called back in 1993, anybody that calls me old, we can meet me outside. But my first game was calling a Coach Sweat Spartan that game with Lisa Rice, Rolanda Dent, and that whole group. It's like,
Was a
wow.
hooper.
Yeah,
Dent
yeah.
was a hooper.
yeah. And Lisa Rice at that time was the all-time leader in assists in Division II women's basketball.
Yeah, at my first time seeing Coach Sweat was when my sister, my
Right.
older sister Karen, played at Hampton. And one of the young ladies, well, one of the women that was honored tonight, Jackie Dolberry, was one of the best women's basketball players I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, she could score from any place on the floor.
Wow. So somebody just won some money.
And look, the Bronco and the Lion.
I just won 2 tickets to this 24th CIAA tournament. That's still nice. Gets to come back to Baltimore again. So 33-31, young man with the look. Lincoln on top by 2, 10:38 here in the second half. And what we've seen, Ma, is that Fayetteville have missed their last 4 shots. Lincoln has made their last 6 points, but it's because they increased the pace offensively.
Right. Fayetteville definitely wants to slow down this guard-heavy Lions team. I mean, Reggie Hudson is a speedy.
All right, so Hudson guarding Cres Worthy. Broncos moving right to left on your dial. This is Bridges, excuse me. Gets it over to Worthy. He comes back up to Hauser. Here's Foster driving baseline. Foster had his pockets picked by Corey Williams. Corey looking to run. He'll stop. He'll pop. Jump shots up. No good. And it is good as he gets to shoot his bounce. 36-31. And Ethan Garita having the patience not to jam that one home.
Right.
10 minutes left in this game. Winner goes on. Loser does not. Bakir Cleveland picks a loose foul. That foul on Bakir will be his third.
But I like the pace that the Lions have right now. They're trying to push the action.
Freddie Young into the game. Timeout on the floor. 9:59. Lincoln leading 36-31 over Fayetteville State.
Right. And after that run, you would think the difference would be a little greater. But this, low scoring game.
Right. So Fayetteville State had a 31-27 point advantage over Lincoln. Lincoln's has scored since that time. 9:59. Coach talked about it. Jason Armstrong is who we refer to as Coach. We are the official broadcast of Lincoln University Lions basketball.
Right.
But he talked about last night in his press conference that we are the team that no one wants to face.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about the history of these Lions in the month of January and February, and the amount of games that they played, the amount of games that they lost by single digits, 1 or 2 points, and also, the fact that they beat the 2 number 1 teams, Claflin and Virginia Union, and it wasn't a close game. They handled business against these 2 teams. So, I would be scared to play the Lions because, again, you never know what you're going to expect with them.
No, you will never know. 31-20, 31-36. I definitely need to go to Vision Works. 9:59.
I told you I'd be happy to make a point.
Uncle Rel, you need to save me. I don't know where Uncle Rel is going to. Just Uncle Rel's here, not here. Leaving me all alone to deal with Lucius.
But I mean, Corey Williams, the senior point guard on the Lions, with potentially this being his last college game, you have to think that he's probably a ball of nerves. I mean, he's one of the top scorers in the CIAA. He has the potential to go to the HBCU All-Star game in Houston next month. He has a lot at stake for this game. Last year, Lincoln was favored to win the CIAA championship and got sent home early. But Keir Cleveland touched on that in the press conference. He said it just didn't sit with him right, and he's been playing like he does not want to go home. So I'm looking for the Lions right now in this last 10 minutes to really go on a run and get some separation from these Broncos.
All right, so they bring out Corey Williams, Hudson, Freddie Young Jr., Coates, and Garita. Coach Celesio will counter with Worthy, Myers, Ridges, Coleman, and Foster. This is Worthy. Now over to Foster. He's guarded by Freddie Young, half-court man-to-man. In the corner, Coleman three-pointer in the corner and rattles around, so it just wasn't Lincoln. That basket is broke. As we've seen at least 5 different shots go in, rattle around, and come back out.
Well, it's been a hit with a lot of bricks today. We'll just put it like that.
All right, 36-31. We do have the most players from Brick City in this tournament. Corey Williams, his jump shot up, no good. Loose ball ran down by Ridges. 36-31. Cres Worthy on the left side. Nice dribble display. Going in traffic, kicks it to the corner. Three-pointer up from the corner is good by Ridges. 36-34. Lincoln coming up. Hudson looking. He sends Corey Williams to the other side. Now Garita comes out to set the high screen. Now Garita rolls. Hudson skips it out to Coates, who gives it over to Freddie Young. Freddie driving the lane, falling, gives it into Garita. Garita picks it in and lays it up. I don't know how Freddie got that off before traveling.
Yeah, but Ethan Garita able to corral that basketball and score the layup.
So Ethan Garita is the leading scorer for Lincoln. He has 11 points, KB.
Yeah.
Coleman three-pointer top of the key is up and good. 38-34. So we're getting scoring on both ends here.
Back on the seesaw.
38-37, pardon me. Didn't have the score adjusted on the main monitor. 1 point advantage. Driving in, Hudson top of the key, half-court man-to-man. Hudson looking to make a move on Ridges. And we got a blocking call on Ridges. That will be the team's.
And normally we talk about Corey Williams or Reggie Hudson or Keir Cleveland leading all scorers. But tonight it's Ethan Garita who has a player high of 11 points.
Right, so that's the 5th team foul on Fayetteville State. Lincoln has 3 team fouls. So whatever coach said in the half, we still got to get that baby monitor some battery so we can hear. Coach hands it off to Hudson. Now comes up for the high screen. Hudson crosses over, skips it to the corner, and it oversells, but Cres Worthy touched it. So possession will go back to Lincoln. Officials right on that call.
Lions bailed out.
Yeah. Coach Luke D'Alessio very upset. He's asking the officials, like, hey, you got to give me something here. So 38-37, 7:54. We'll step away, KB, for a break. You're listening to the KRSB Network.
Round 1.
What a game, folks. 65-64. The Fayetteville State Broncos.
Hands up, stick up. That
Definitely. Lions have upset the number 3 seed.
absolutely
Trojans
upset
of
them.
Virginia State. Lincoln moves on, KB, to take on Fayetteville State.
We've seen this before. We saw how that first contest went when they went against Fayetteville State. The way that they're playing right now, I don't think they'll let it happen twice.
Round 2.
HBCU Sports. Anytime, any place, any play. Mobile Media Radio Broadcast here on the KRSB Network.
And welcome back to the CFG Bank Arena, Orlando Hughes Kia Bird CIAA semifinal action. You win or you go home.
Right.
38-37. Lincoln with a 1 point advantage over Fayetteville State, Uncle Rel. And this game, although not a lot of scoring, has been exciting.
Well, it has been a half-court battle, but it also has been a game of adjustments. You see more so getting to the line, trying to make sure that your team here in the second half, make sure that you don't get into the bonus. Don't put that other team on the line unnecessarily. I'm going to be excited to see who can get hot from behind the arc. That shifts the game. It's going to come down to defense and execution. I'm excited.
All right, so Ethan Garita, leading scorer. He has 11 points for Lincoln. Corey Williams with only 7. Bakir Cleveland with 5, KB. Reggie Hudson with 7. Rebounding, Lincoln being out-rebounded 31-23. They have the ball after being bailed out. This is Corey Williams looking to drive. Bounce pass over to Freddie Young Jr. His three-pointer from the corner, no good. Loose ball ran down by Myers.
And this microphone is picking up the rim, so you can hear it bounce around.
Yeah. Here's Cres Worthy. Now has Freddie Young as his defender. Foster looking to make a move, spinning high. Shot was blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Broncos. Hudson not able to get that loose ball. Fayetteville State will have the rock. They'll have an opportunity to go ahead with the next basket. 7:25 here. They come out to Ridges. Ridges now hands off to Cres Worthy. Worthy with the right hand dribble, working on Hudson. High shot off the glass, and he puts his Broncos back on top.
Gotta keep your eye on Mr. Worthy. We do know he can get hot. He's been quiet so far tonight. This kid is the scorer.
Yeah, Cres Worthy, that's his first 2 points, KB.
Yeah.
Don't want him to get himself going. Coach now hands off to Freddie Young. Freddie pulls his dribble up in no man's territory. 6:54, 9 seconds on the play clock. Corey Williams comes up. He gets double teamed. Dangerous pass to Freddie Young Jr. And bailing out Corey Williams is Tyler Foster.
Well, I mean, this is a big Broncos team, and they're smothering Corey Williams at the top of the key, making it hard. They're blocking his vision, and without a lot of movement in this Lions offense, they're not getting any good looks.
Yeah, for Tyler Foster, that's his 4th foul, KB. So I would give the ball to Freddie Young to go at Tyler Foster right now. Here's Hudson, gets hit in the head, puts the layup up, and is good as he draws the foul on Cres Worthy.
Right.
40-39. And Reggie Hudson will be at the line again for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah. Reggie Hudson's aggressiveness going to the basket.
So Foster will get out of the contest right into the game for Fayetteville State. On the floor for Fayetteville State is Foster, but not Ray is in the game. Bridges, Coleman, Worthy, and they still say Foster, but he's not in the game, obviously. As Reggie Hudson converts on that three-point play. 41-39. 6:38. You're quiet. You're leading in your seat.
No, I was looking into the eyes of Reggie Hudson as he's guarding Cres Worthy, and the intensity just kind of had me captured for a moment.
Ray throws up a three-pointer. Garita blocks out everyone, and Reggie Hudson gets fouled. No foul call. Picked up by Janae Coates, who gives it over to Corey Williams. 6-11. Fayetteville State scrambling defensively. They're trying to force it.
And Janae Coates dribbled the basketball exactly 4 times, and you thought he looked like he was being chased by a pit bull.
Daryl Myers trips Freddie Young. Freddie will be at the foul line to shoot 1-1. Bakir Cleveland will come back in, KB. Don't want to be premature, but as you're looking into the eyes, you see a little bit of a desperation on Fayetteville State's side, and Lincoln seems to be calming down.
Right, because Fayetteville State knows that Lincoln has that switch. They have that ability to turn up the heat in this game. It's just a matter of figuring out this defense. You know, we talked about Corey Williams handling the basketball at the top of the key against this longer team blocking his vision. But Coach Armstrong has weapons on the bench that are perfectly capable of running this offense.
Freddie hits the front end of the 1-1. Reggie Hudson went to the sideline. He looked like he needs an IV.
Yeah.
He'll probably sit for like 45 seconds and come back in and play Cres Worthy.
Right.
Freddie Young tries for his fourth point, rattles in and good. 43-39, 5:59 here. Worthy working on Freddie Young. They're moving up on the left side. Worthy moving right to left on your dial. He's way above the circle. We're going to get a hands call on Freddie Young Jr. That'll be the fourth team foul, on Lincoln.
Right. And remember the conversation that we had with Coach Armstrong after the first Fayetteville game, and Cres Worthy giving the Lions the ultimate compliment, saying that they were going to make him a better player with their lockdown defense.
Yes, they are. Bridges and Garita are the leading scorers in this contest. Coach to the bench, Peter Sorber in. There's a deep shot by Coleman.
That looked good when it left his hand.
43-42. Lincoln on top by 1. Bakir Cleveland, guarded by Foster. Bakir looking to make a move. Gets right by him, goes up in traffic, draws the foul. They're going to say he traveled. You got to put it up on the right side. Coach Armstrong telling them. So now Fayetteville with an opportunity to regain the lead on this next possession.
Go. Headed for another thrilling ending.
Cres Worthy, Freddie Young. They're doing their little audition at the top of the court. Comes near side. This is Foster. Now over to Coleman. Got a foul away from the call.
I think it's going to be on Peter Sorber for pushing in the back.
So that foul on Peter Sorber. He picks up his fourth. Janai. Coach looking. Gotta go Janai. Do I bring the kid in?
That's going to have to do something.
Yeah.
With Peter Sorber playing with 4 fouls and 5 minutes left in the game.
He doesn't make a move. Foster now has it. Looking to drive by Bakir Cleveland. Goes in. Is blocked by Sorber. Here comes Freddie Young out on the break. Ahead to Corey Williams. Corey out to Freddie Young. Bakir Cleveland. He missed Peter Sorber. Was open downtown, but he's going to bring it back and reset. 4:43. 43-42. Lincoln on top by 1. 14 seconds on the play clock. This is Bakir Cleveland on the left side. Half-court man-to-man being applied by Fayetteville State. Garita curls around. Now trying to find Freddie Young. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Freddie Young needs to make a move. Gives to Corey Williams. Deep three-pointer up and good for Lincoln. 46-42. Fame hits the deep three-pointer for Lincoln.
Wow.
4-13. Here comes Cres Worthy on the other side. Digging in is Freddie Young Jr. They come near side to Foster. Foster with the left hand goes in, picks up the 5th foul on Peter Sorber, and that will be it. Coach is coming off the bench for Lincoln.
I mean, but you have to know, coached a lot.
So they gave it to Ethan Garita. So
Okay.
Peter gets saved. That's team foul number 6. Team foul situation, KB. Fayetteville State has 8. Lincoln with 6. So the next one will send Fayetteville State to the line for the 1-1. 4:02, 46-42. Fayetteville State inbounding on their baseline, far side, but it's on my side, left side, so near side,
Okay.
far away from us on the other side of the court. Here's Foster, catches deep three-pointers, up and good.
And we watched Foster at the Manny with that elevation jump shot. He
40.
knows he's much longer than Corey Williams and can just rise above him.
You are correct. 46-45, 3:45. Here's Corey Williams, deep three-pointer, misses everything. Ball down to Foster. Coach Armstrong, like, why, Corey? Why? Worthy racing up. Worthy as he swings out. Here's Coleman, spins around, got away with some steps, and he throws it away. That'll be turnover number 15 on Fayetteville State. Lincoln with 11 turnovers. Okerell, 46-45. Been here before.
Well, I've seen more pockets being picked than Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. They're going to have to do a lot better with ball control here in this contest. But I am excited. I see folks starting to heat up from behind the arc. That is where the catalyst of the game will change. And right now, we're seeing them D up. KP, I love the painting of the picture, the intensity of the defensive eyes of a ball player. They really want it, just like the KRSB network does. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right, Uncle Rel. I mean, this is an environment. You can feel the intensity. I feel my heart racing just a little bit faster than it was at the beginning of the game. I mean, 45-46 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second half. It's about who's going to want it more. Who's going to be willing to get on the floor and go for those loose ball fouls? Who's boxing out and going to grab that rebound? Who's going to take the smartest shot for these Lions to pull it out? I mean, this is a storybook story. This is a storybook tale, that we would love to see the Lions finish out.
All right, Uncle Rel. Go do your roo, bro. They're calling up. They're calling on the floor.
I can hear it. You should see me hopping over here. I rolled the ankle.
All right, 33-28 here. We got to get the little Lion. She looked like she's going to bite somebody. Lip all bent up, Uncle Rel. She is truly the next female color analyst to come. And little niece Layla Newborn, what do you have to say? What are you seeing from a Lions perspective?
I'm seeing a lot of patience from most of the team.
From most of the team.
From most of the team, I'm feeling that everybody's on the same page.
All right. So 46.
I think if we use the clock and take our time, make good shots, I think we got it in the bag. But we got to be smart.
All right, so team foul situation. Lincoln had 16 fouls. Fayetteville State with 8. Leading scorers, Corey Williams has 10. Reggie Hudson with 10. Ethan Garita still leading scorer with 11. So unorthodox, Coach Celestio's defensive scheme has worked to keep Lincoln from moving the ball up and down the court. So Bailey, your stats were great, but they're trying to turn you into, not an accurate person with this defensive scheme by Fayetteville State. Lincoln will come out. Corey Williams, Freddie Young Jr., Reggie Hudson still getting a breath. Ethan Garita on the floor for Fayetteville State. Foster, Worthy, Coleman, Bridges, and Myers. Lincoln will have the rock all the way on the Fayetteville State sideline. Here's Bakir Cleveland walking it up. Goes it to Garita, brings it over to Corey Williams. He swings it back to Bakir Cleveland, who works it over to Freddie Young. 20 seconds on the play clock. Lincoln moving left to right on your dial. Garita comes up to the top of the key. Comes far side now over to Bakir Cleveland. Garita left up for the screen. Bakir Cleveland goes in the lane, puts it up off the glass, and his shot is good. 48-45, 3 minutes exactly in this contest.
3 minutes is a heavyweight bout, right? It's a heavyweight round.
So ding, ding, round 2. Let's get it going. It's Cres Worthy working on Freddie Young Jr. on that right side. Skips it far side. Wide open three-pointer by Bridges off the iron. And, thought Bakir Cleveland had the rebound, but nice takeaway by Caleb Coleman.
Again, you see the attention that Cres Worthy, draws. So it leaves a wide open player in the corner to take that three-pointer.
Bridges stepped out of bounds trying to make a move. Big Peter Sorber was diving. 2:28 left in this contest. 48-45. 48-45. 2:28. Lincoln is 2 minutes and 28 seconds if, and that's a big if, they can hold on to this one. Uncle Rel.
It's about process. It's technology, but it's about process right now, you all. It's about execution. KB, you said set plays and shooting shots. Right now, who's going to get to the charity stripe? And can you execute the plays that the coach draws up? They're out of the timeout. I love to see what they have drawn up. Back to you.
All right, so 2:28 timeout, TV timeout, 48-45. Lions have the ball, 3-point advantage. It's Bridges, Foster, Myers, and Coleman. Lions will counter with Sorber, Garita, Freddie Young, Bakir Cleveland, and Corey Williams. So Reggie Hudson on the bench. Coach still has him to come in the game as an option. Full court pressure being applied by Fayetteville State. Corey Williams needs to get down the ball, and he's going to call a timeout. It's kind of a weird place to inbound the ball on that far side corner.
It really is. And Bakir Cleveland had his finger up trying to get Corey to kind of throw a little baseball pass to him, but, smart decision by Corey Williams to call a timeout.
All right, so 2:28 after that timeout. Lincoln with the rock, 3-point advantage. Crowd is quiet. They were making a lot of noise as the two historic CIAA powerhouses were playing earlier. The Winston-Salem State Rams, who has the biggest fan base in the CIAA, taking on the Virginia Union Panthers. It was the Rams taking them down.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about the Lady Lions, because if you're orange and blue, you get a little bit more tonight.
Just stay in your seat. Go stretch a little bit and get ready for the Lady Lions to take the floor.
And they take on the Shaw Lady Bears.
Shaw Bears, yeah.
Winner goes on to play Elizabeth City State. So will it be the rematch from last year tonight?
That's my prediction.
Okay.
And I would love to see it. I mean, I watched that game on TV last year. Just, waiting for my opportunity to get down here. So I would love to see a rematch between those two programs.
All right, Cleveland gets it into Freddie Young. 2:22. Lincoln has a rock top of the circle. Cres Worthy guarding Freddie Young. Freddie brings it to the right side. Now swings it up to Peter Sorber. Sorber lays it back to Bakir Cleveland. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 2:07 in this game. 48-45. Garita has it. Nearly had it taken away. Drops it into Sorber. Peter turns his back. Now has to put it up. Left-handed hook in the lane is up and good. 50-45. 1:55 left in this contest. Half-court man-to-man being applied by Lincoln. Moving right to left on your Dallas Cres Worthy. Sorber flashes out. Worthy looking to move on Freddie Young. Goes up in the lane. Shot off the glass is good. Nice move by Cres there.
And Peter Sorber basically helpless underneath. He didn't want to go for the block as he knew that would take him out of the game for the evening.
He and Coach have some words. Lincoln inbounded. This is Bakir Cleveland waiting for that pressure. 3-point game. 50-47. 1:30 left in this contest. Can Lincoln make it as the number 6 seed to the CIAA championship tomorrow afternoon at 2:00? Here's Cleveland driving in, goes in, no foul call, stripped away by Foster, and Cres Worthy has it. 1:12. Cres Worthy moving right to left on your dial. Half-court man-to-man being applied by Lincoln. Here's Worthy in the lane. Skips it over. Foster wide open three-pointer. Hits the side of the backboard, and it's rebounded by Lincoln. 60 seconds. Freddie Young Jr. with the ball.
Time to use some clock for these Lions. Don't rush anything.
Lincoln trying to send the defending champions home in the careers of quite a few Broncos. Here's Corey Williams with 12 seconds on the play clock. Gives it to Bakir Cleveland, 8 seconds. Bakir looking to make a move. Lost control of the ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. And the officials want to look at this one as they're going to go to the sideline.
Yeah.
Okerell, 35.8 seconds, 50-47. These two teams playing each other will definitely make you take some cardiac medicine.
I wish I packed my apple cider vinegar because I'm going to need it. Oh, my goodness.
For a chance to go to the finals, both teams, a long, arduous season, all of the practices, every time that you got reamed out by the coach, anytime that you tweak the muscle or injury, it's all about right now with 30-plus seconds left. Who wants it more? It's a final on approach. Let's go.
Definitely let's go, Okerell. 35.8 seconds, 50-47. If this score remains this way, we're going to send the baby Lion over to get Coach Armstrong, and we're going to talk to him after this game.
Well, he's going to have to go to the press room.
No, we're going to get Coach Armstrong after this game, and we're going to get him there. If Winston-Salem State can get their coach, we can get our coach.
Well,
make him wait.
Let me mind my business.
Yeah, we're going to make him wait, Uncle Ralph. We're going to make him wait. We got our Lady Lion. Go get Lucius to go get Coach.
You see he's a little too laid back for that.
50-47, 35.8. Ocarel, Lucius is doing the strike on the baseline.
And they reversed the call. One ref said it was still going to remain Lions ball, but after the challenge, it's the Broncos.
Here's Cres Worthy, 29 seconds, 23 seconds on the play clock. Worthy working one-on-one with Hudson. Cres driving the lane, skips it out far side. Here's a deep three-pointer by Bridges, no good. Loose ball comes down to Freddie Young. Shot clock is unplugged, and ball goes out of bounds. Will favor Lincoln. 16.8 seconds. Lincoln with a three-point advantage. Shot from the corner by Bridges went to the side. Freddie Young was right there. Officials are going to go and review. Did that ball go off of Freddie Young, or was it knocked away by Bridges for Fayetteville State, KB?
Well, you see all of the Broncos players' fingers going up, encouraging the challenge. But what's the rule? How many challenge calls do you get? They just got one.
Well, under 2 minutes, tournament time, you can go review. Possession arrow favors Lincoln. The Lincoln Lion faithful is standing up. 16.8 seconds. Jason Armstrong, the interim coach, is 16 seconds away from taking his team to the CIAA championship.
Right. And last night, someone asked a question about how he feels about the title of being interim. And he bluntly said, I don't think about the title of being interim. I am the coach, and this is what we're doing. I have a tough team. He's not worried about titles. The only title he wants is champion.
Freddie Young inbound the ball to Bakir Cleveland. He was fouled quickly by Foster. Will walk the length of the court. 15.3. That's the fifth foul for Tyler Foster. So the junior guard fouls out of the game with 7 points. He was 2 of 10. He struggled today. He was a lion killer up at the Manning, but he struggled today. Elliott will come into the contest. Coach Jason Armstrong has Bakir Cleveland, Ethan Garita, Freddie Young defensively in his second half has done the job.
Right. And that's what I was saying when I said that Coach Armstrong has weapons on his bench that are perfectly capable of coming in and filling these starters' shoes.
We got to sit the little lion down, little lion. We got to sit the little lion down. Do not interfere with foul shots. Uncle Ray, we got a teacher. Bakir Cleveland at the line to shoot 1-and-1. 15.3 seconds. One dribble, bends his knees, shots up, rattles around, and good. 51-47, so it's a two-possession ball game.
Two-possession ball game. And look, Bakir Cleveland talking to himself. He's been locked in all tournament. We had the opportunity to talk with him, and he was just so excited. He said he's a young player, that he's going to, do what he has to do, but he's also going to have fun. And you see that exuding from him tonight.
Here, Cleveland, one dribble, bends his knees, comes up set, shot off the back of the arm, rebounded by Cres Worthy. 14 seconds, Worthy moving right to left. Elliott, three-pointer from the left side, rattles around, no good. And the brim was touched, and I think it was touched by Garita, so possession should be so it's going to be reviewed. They called a foul on Garita, but I thought Garita just touched the rim from the far side.
I was concerned they were going to call goaltending.
Right. So Ocarel, 8.5 seconds. As we look at it on the replay, Garita push. Oh, there could be a push in the back of Daryl Myers. If they call that, it's still a 1-and-1 for Fayetteville State. 8.5 seconds.
And you can
I would like to know, I'm just going to simply say you all really quick. I want to know who's in foul trouble. Where are the foul shooters? Where are the defenders at? Where are the bigs? Who can shoot beyond the arc? 8 seconds left. You either got a quick shot selection or you got somebody shooting it who's got a sharp shooting sense right now. There are only a few plays that you can put together with 8 seconds left. You're either going to get quickly a shot or you're going to find your sharp shooters.
Lincoln has Garita with 4, Peter Serber with 4. They're 8.5 seconds away from going to the championship. They foul out. go ahead and foul out. You're not worried about fouls.
No.
On the floor,
Just don't foul the three-point shooter. That's all you got to worry about.
so that foul was on Garita. DJ Myers will be at the line. We have Daryl Myers, but they have DJ Myers, so I guess he got some family members to give him his real name. He's at the line. He has to make both, or do you make one and try to miss the other? Let's see if he can make the first throw. Myers on the far side. As the scores table is bringing over. If they call that foul on Garita, that's his fifth. So I was wondering if they were going to catch that, but I wasn't going to say anything for the Lincoln broadcast.
Now, just imagine if we were in the Manning, okay? And this is the foul shot section. Just imagine if we were in the Manning, how it would be going down underneath that basket.
But first of all, this is not the Manning because I'm trying to warm my hands up.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
see
chill
I
breeze
see
in
you
here.
struggling over here.
We're trying to warm my hands up, Uncle Rel. It's not the Manning. At the Manning, we're ready to put on bathing suits because that's how hot that place gets.
Yeah, it does get pretty sizzling in that press box.
This place here has a nice chill. 51-47. Orlando Hughes, Kia Bird, Uncle Rel, Terrell Decree, Layla Newborn. CIAA men's semifinal action. The defending champion Fayetteville State Broncos are 8.5 seconds away from going home. The Lincoln Lions, the number 6 seed, are 8.5 seconds away from extending their season with an opportunity to play for the championship. They beat Virginia State, and now they're trying to come back the next day and beat the number 2 seed in the tournament. So both number 1 and number 2 could possibly be gone in 10 minutes.
Bracket busters. That's what these Lions are, bracket busters.
Myers, first shots up off the back of the iron. Loose ball ran down, and we have a foul on Garita. And that will be it for Garita. He fouls out of the game.
But you know what? You know, Ethan Garita was going for the rebound and just got kind of caught up in that action. But this is a 1-on-1 situation with 7.9 seconds left. So it's very important right now for Peter Sorber, Janae Coates, Pierre Stevens, Freddie Young. Everyone's got to box out and try to secure the basketball. You have to imagine Fayetteville State is probably going to try to foul them right away to get another possession.
All right, so the junior Khalil Ridges, 64% free throw shooter, shooting 1-and-1. He has 10 points tonight. His first shot's up and good. 51-48. 7.9 seconds.
Not over yet.
Not over yet. We've seen some things with this Bronco team that we don't want to see tonight. Bridges' second shot is up and good. 51-49. Corey Williams will check back into the ball game. So if you're coach, you got to get your ball handlers on the floor.
Absolutely. You know, Freddie Young, Takir Cleveland, Reggie Hudson, Corey Williams, Marshall Roberson, all capable ball handlers. But this is a very long Broncos team who has the ability to alter your vision. So it's important that they don't make some lazy, haphazard pass and have it picked off, because 7.9 seconds is a lot of time. I mean, we've seen it. We won't go into it, but we have seen it. So it's important that they really take care of the basketball in this last 7.9 seconds.
51-49. Lincoln will have the ball after the made shot by Fayetteville State, closing the lead to 2 points. They have to move. They have to get the ball in bounds. It's not even enough time to get a backcourt violation. They just have to get the ball in bounds.
Right.
Myers is guarding Cleveland. Cleveland looking to run, looking to throw it in. He needs to throw it in. He gets it into Reggie Hudson, and Hudson gets knocked down by Elliott, and Reggie Hudson will go to the foul line. That foul puts No, it's a 9th foul. Thought it was a 10th, but it's a 19 foul. So 1-and-1 situation. Foul on Elliott. Reggie Hudson needs to make these foul shots. Reggie in the game is 4 of 6 from the foul line. Lincoln as a whole has shot 70%, 12 of 17 from the foul line.
And we saw Bakir Cleveland not panicking, but kind of running that baseline, finding Reggie Hudson.
Hudson's first shot's up, rattles around, and it's good. 7.1 seconds.
I mean, that crowd might get superb because you really do hear the rattle.
We're going to turn it up a little more, KB, because these will be the most important shots of the season thus far if Reggie Hudson can score. Bakir Cleveland is pointing towards the scoreboard, asking for something. Even the Lincoln crowd is asking. That's on the side of the scoreboard that we cannot see. Coach Armstrong telling his team, don't worry.
They didn't change the score. They made it 50-51.
Lincoln Lions do not play.
Please don't play.
For the second HBCU ever found it. Reggie Hudson's second shot's up, no good, and it's rebounded. Here comes Cres Worthy with an opportunity. Time out on the sideline. 4.4 seconds left to go. Okerell get the Alka-Seltzer out of the bag. Fayetteville State with an opportunity to extend this game and send it into overtime. 52-49. Cres Worthy with the sense to get it across half court. Fayetteville State will inbound. Now, if you're Coach Jason Armstrong, you need your boys to dig in. Or, better yet, foul them, KB.
Foul them. That's what I'm thinking. Foul them. Don't give them that opportunity to get a three-pointer. Foul them. Make them earn those 2 points if they can get it on the line. Don't let them, find someone in the corner to throw up a desperation three. Foul them right away. I would have fouled Cres Worthy before he even got across the half-court line.
Okerell, this is HBCU basketball. This is CIAA basketball. This is not even the fifth time that we've been a 1-point, 2-point, 3-point game. The youngest person on the broadcast team looks like she has the worst blood pressure, and she's shaking.
Well, the familiarity with these close games down to the wire for the Lincoln Lions is not anything that they're not used to. But really, as you look down, I spoke about it a few minutes ago, you have to find the shooters. Who is going to execute at the foul line? How are they going to execute? You're right. It is on pins and needles in the gymnasium, but right now it's going to find out who has ice water through the veins. We're going to find out who wants to go and continue to play. It's all about execution. Back to you.
All right, so Fayetteville State comes out with Elliott, Worthy, Coleman, Bridges, and Myers. Lincoln comes out, Peter Sorber, Hudson, Cleveland, Coates, and I can't even see the fifth player. Freddie Young. Inbounding the ball is Bridges right in front of his bench. 4 seconds to go. Bridges gets it in bounds, fires it over. Deep three-pointer from the corner, comes off the board, rebounded by Peter Sorber for Lincoln. 1.1 seconds. Reggie Hudson runs the length of the court. Crowd is cheering. Lincoln University will go to the CIAA championship. 1 second. Peter Sorber on the foul line, Okerell. Coach Jason Armstrong, the interim coach, has taken his team to the CIAA championship.
I mean, how can you not love this Lions team? They've done everything that no one expected them to do, going this deep into the tournament, carrying themselves, willing themselves back to the championship game after they were favored to win it all last year. They had that bad taste in their mouth after that loss against Fayetteville State on their home court. And again, we talked about it last night. They weren't going to let it happen twice. And it wasn't the prettiest game, but a win is a win.
All right. So, Little Lion, we're going to let you stand up and roar. You can stand up, take your pictures, and let you roar because you're about to go off here, Okerell. Like we're going to let you go run and play with Lucius.
Just keep O away from him.
I may hug Lucius today. Actually, I'll hug Lucius tomorrow. I'll make amends if the Lions can win the CIAA championship. I'll take a picture with Lucius wearing my fedora.
Now I'm
Hey,
scared.
what amazing execution with the team. I'm sorry, KD, didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say, what amazing execution. We've been here all season long, and it still got a little bit more work to do. But you're talking about a team that came and fought their way up through the bottom to the middle of the pack, that have played well against the top run competition in the conference. They're showing they belong. It's about putting the practice with the perfection, and they're obviously showing us what the action is like. I'm very impressed.
Peter Sorber hits the first foul shot, so they adjusted the time 1.1 second on the game clock, 53-49. Peter taking a deep breath, spins the ball, bounces it 3 times, bends his knees, second shot's up, rattles off the rim, and that will do it. The Lincoln Lions are going to the CIAA championship, and we see you tomorrow, Winston-Salem team. We will see you tomorrow. Yes, we will. 53-49, Lincoln University going to the CIAA championship, 53-49. Wow, KB, we've been here with these folks, Uncle Rel, all year long, and Coach Armstrong has taken his boys to the big dance.
Taking them to the big dance, and they've earned it. I mean, they've earned it. Every situation, they've weathered every storm. You know, they could have given up a long time ago after taking losses, but they did not put their heads down. They dug in, came to work with their lunch pal, and they're going to the championship game. You got to love this Lions team.
You got to love it. Coach Armstrong said the revenge list. There's one more team on the revenge list, and that's the Winston-Salem State Rams. They come back, they beat Fayetteville State. Lincoln is split with everyone that they've played this year, except one team, Winston-Salem State.
No.
Well, we don't talk about that team.
All
We don't
right.
want to talk about that team here
Okay.
because they're not here to represent themselves. But
No.
yeah.
But I'm excited about this matchup. You know, I've been around HBCU basketball for a long time since I was a little girl. My brother was a Winston-Salem State Ram, so this is going to be something special to me.
Ethan Garita is the player of the game on the television side. But for me, my player of the game, I got to go to Freddie Young. Defensively, what he did in the second half as Reggie Hudson got into foul trouble and coach moved Freddie Young Jr. to defend Cres Worthy. He was the defender and the player of the game for the KRSB network.
It's no mistake that Freddie Young was voted for that all-rookie team. It wasn't because he was giving his team 20 points a night, but he was giving opposing teams fits on defense. So that's why he was nominated to that roster. So I'm so proud of these guys. I feel like I'm Aunt King, in my head to a lot of these players because they've just made me so proud with their grit that they've shown all season long.
Final score 53-49, Okarel. And if you're Lincoln University, you're not done yet. You got one more team to cheer, and that's the team that's been dominating all season, the Lionesses of Lincoln University, taking on the Lady Bears of Shaw University. Game 2. Lincoln trying to come down to the CIAA and get a little stinky with it.
I mean,
Well, now,
monkey,
go ahead, KB.
whatever you want to call it. It's you, Uncle Rel.
Well, hey, listen, however it smells in there, it smells like a W.
Yes.
Stinky leg and all. Smells like a W.
And the Lady Lions, or the Lionesses, as they're called, they are inspired. The guys are going to cheer them on. We will broadcast the women's championship tomorrow. That game will start at 12 o'clock. They move things around for the Title IX celebration. So the men will be at 2 o'clock. For those of you that would join in KRSB Network, they move things around, so it's nothing we can do. It's a CIAA tournament. And now I find those tissues that I was looking for the entire game is in my right pocket.
Just imagine if both of these teams could ride back down 95 with that nylon necklace around their neck.
Yeah. Wow. Well, final score, Lions are victorious, 53-49. So for Uncle Rel, KB, Kia Bird, the Lady Lion,
Oh, she's
she's out.
in the
Gone.
mix right
Yeah,
now.
she's
She'll
out.
be back.
Layla Newborn. I'm Orlando Hughes. Congratulations, Coach Jason Armstrong of Lincoln University. Listen to us tomorrow, 2 o'clock, for the CIAA Championship. We'll talk to you then.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.